Hey everybody, it's Annette with Ghosts and Getaways. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, May 20th. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Annette and I live in Texas. It's a little bit warm and toasty today, but I'm out in my backyard taking in a little bit of sun. It helps me when I come out and either sit on my back porch or get in the swing for a little bit. Um, but I wanted to do a quick video. I've had lots of new followers lately, and thank you for that. I'm super grateful. But I just wanted to sort of reintroduce myself for those of you who don't know who I am or what I'm about or what Ghosts and Getaways is about. And who I am is fairly simple. I've been a wife and mother for a long time. I became a widow almost 2 years ago, so that's been a journey from hell. But I have been a wife and mother, like a lot of you. Been a paranormal investigator for most of my adult life, so 30-ish years. I am in my early 50s. So I've had, many years of being able to do this on my own and with others. I created a team back in November of 2011 and have had great fun creating events for us. It's been a great, 12, 13 years, it'll be 13 years this November, which is insane to think about that it's been that long already. And then 7 years ago, I became a business owner, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. My mission and my vision with Ghosts and Getaways is pretty easy, really. It's not super complicated. Because I have been setting up group events for such a long time, 7 years ago I decided that I wanted to do more with travel. I love travel. I've always loved travel. I've been lucky enough to, in the last 12 years, to been able to have visited 23, 25 countries. I can't remember. Not a ton, right? I mean, there's lots of you out there that have traveled far more than that. But for me, packing all that into the last 12 years has been great. And so what I want to do now is to use my experience with travel and the paranormal to create group trips that everyone can enjoy. So 7 years ago, I became a travel advisor, started my business, and started out doing full service travel for clients. Lots of cruises, honeymoons, lots of domestic trips, that kind of thing. And then I started to introduce more and more about historical and paranormal locations. So then I started doing like girls' weekends, some haunted honeymoons, but mostly like girls' weekends, and even just trips for couples. So I did some of those, and I've had a great time, branching out into dark tourism and paranormal travel. During the pandemic, I rebranded into Ghosts and Getaways, wanting to focus mostly on that. I don't mind booking full service travel. I enjoy the research, but the paranormal is where my passion is, and so that's where I'm focusing now. And what I'm doing is creating group trips that other groups can join, or if you prefer to have your own group trip, I am happy to set something up for you. I do not charge for my travel planning services. I don't need to because the suppliers pay me a commission. When you go through a third party, like say Expedia or Travelocity or something like that, commission goes to them, right? So somewhere someone's getting commission. If you book direct with anybody, then they just keep the commission for themselves. But when I do it, they pay me a commission, so I don't have to charge you anything for my travel planning services. And the pricing that I can get, it should be the same or better than what you're able to get on your own. The benefit to using me is just having someone else do all the legwork for you, the research and setting things up. And then, when you're in destination, if something happens, then I am your first line of defense for troubleshooting, right? So that's what the benefit is to having a travel advisor. They do the legwork, they do all the research and the planning and reaching out, whatever. So that's what I do. And my trips over the years, we've done some great places. We've done the usual places like Penhurst and Waverly, the Lizzie Borden House in Salem, Villisca, that kind of thing. We've done a lot of the biggies, right? Trans-Allegheny, loved it. But then I also have taken the group onto some lesser known places, places that are not on the paranormal circuit. And I like those places because they're not over hunted, as I kind of feel like a lot of places are over hunted, right? With these public ghost hunts and private ghost hunts and all these different events. So we've come across some really interesting places, and over the years that really surprised us. And then we've done. Last year was our first big international trip. That was Romania for the bulk of the group, and then a few of us splintered off at the end and went to Bulgaria. Saw some amazing, stunning salt mines and historic monasteries and castles and forts and just amazing stuff. And then, of course, Dracula's castle. We went to the Hoia Baciu Haunted Forest. Just we've had a really great time with it. So that's my goal moving forward is to do more of that. Next year I'm working on a Haunted Italy trip that will include Poveglia. Yes, I found a supplier that will take us to Poveglia. I've found someone that we can get permission to go and actually investigate on the island. No, it will not be at night. It will be a day investigation, but that's what I'm working on for 2025. On a personal level, I've been to some great places. Just to let you know about my experiences, I do a lot of cruising. I've been to Europe, I don't know 4 times now. I've been to the Baltic region, Germany, Finland, Denmark, that kind of stuff. Went to Russia, been to Cuba, Greece, the UK. I mean, just lots of places. And, certainly I'm not the most traveled person in the world. And I can't say that I'm the most knowledgeable either. However, I have had enough experiences that, I've been able to put together some great trips for other people, trips for the group. Certainly it's a ongoing learning experience because each country is different. Just that kind of thing. But so that's my goal, is to help people travel to some of the best places that this world has to offer. And if I can make it as affordable as possible, we can go as a group for safety purposes. When we travel as a group, we have such a great time. I mean, so many great memories. There's just lots of benefits to group travel. But again, if you have your own group and you'd rather have a trip for just you and your group, please hit me up. I am happy to help you set something up. You can find me on my website at ghostsandgetaways.com, here on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, all the normal places. Reach out to me. Felt like I was going to cough and sneeze. I'm certainly happy to set up family trips as well as group trips, anything at all. So yeah, that's who I am. That's who Ghosts and Getaways is. That's what I do. This year I decided to branch into selling merch. So I've been working with designers, getting designs for t-shirts and tote bags and tumblers. I want to do some travel accessories, like luggage tags and lanyards, cruise lanyards and things like that. Just things that are helpful to make your travel experience better, easier, more fun. I travel with a special needs kiddo. When my husband was alive, he was a stroke survivor, so he had his own set of special needs. And so that's where traveling easier and better and more simply came into play, because it was just a lot for one person to handle the 2 people with special needs, right? So that's where a lot of this is coming in. So yeah, I'm not trying to recreate the wheel, but I am trying to tailor things to a paranormal orientation. But just trying to live my best life and to help as many people as possible do the things that make them happy. That's really what it's all about. So anyway, that's who I am. That's what I do, and I hope that you will reach out to me when you're ready for a trip, paranormal or not. But especially if it's paranormal, then I hope you'll reach out to me for your groups. You know, I've set up trips for groups before, other groups, and everyone's had a great time. So don't hesitate. I'm here. It might take me a minute because I do travel a lot. I'm gone probably 3 out of 4 weekends a month, and then I do some travel in between. So just be patient with me if it takes me a day or so to get back to you. I do have a blog on my ghostsandgetaways.com site where you can find articles about different places, travel tips, and things like that. There's lots of pictures of the places I've been to, so you can get an idea of my experience level and who I am and what I do. So anyway, I hope this week is kind to you. Can't believe May is already half over. If you haven't been on my page for long, I do have an unofficial weekend, as I call it, in June in Turkey, Texas. Unofficial weekends are just that. We're going to go hang out. We'll investigate a little, or maybe a lot. It's relatively unstructured. I set the unofficial weekends up because people were asking about just a weekend where we could go hang out, talk about paranormal stuff, but not necessarily have a structured investigation, you know, from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. or whatever. Last week weekend before, we were in Kingsland at the Antlers Inn. Had a nice weekend there. We went to Hooper's for dinner and for breakfast. Hooper's is in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. If you've seen the movie, that's what happened to the house from the movie. It's now Hooper's. Great food, interesting place, allegedly haunted as well. The Antlers is allegedly haunted. Beautiful hotel. We stayed in a converted rail car, which was nice. Turkey, Texas, we're at Hotel Turkey. I haven't set one up for July or August because I'm still working on events there. I do have the Cat Cafe in July as an investigation, and August I have something in August. I just planned a whole bunch of stuff, so I can't remember. There's a plan to go back to Waverly in October as soon as they open up the calendar for October. So if you're interested in Waverly, please check back. November, we've got Fort Parker here in Texas. We've got both barracks rented. They were from the POW camp. And Fort Parker is the site of the infamous raid. So anyway, that's it. Happy Monday. Have a great week. If you have questions, please message me. I'm here. Bye, everybody.